Hi everyone, I thought I'd do a quick mini haul here. This is a food shop that I would do when I am trying to lose a few pounds. So this food, I've got 3 lots of fillet steak, tuna, cheese, eggs, tomatoes, asparagus, mushrooms, protein bars, low carb wraps, some chorizo and some smoked salmon. So these are quite exotic, I suppose you would say, foods. And this will probably last me with a little bit of replacement. I'll probably need a few more tomatoes and a bit more asparagus and some cornichons because I like that for a bit of crunch. But this will probably last me a week. I've got 12 organic eggs here, 10 organic eggs. This is probably a week's worth of food, and it didn't cost me much, over about £50. So I know that probably for some people is still quite a lot per week, but you have to consider that if I was buying sort of meal replacements and all of that kind of thing, I try to cook myself when I'm trying to lose a few pounds. And so, just to give you a rough idea of how I would use these. So in the morning I would have maybe half to 3/4 of a carb wrap, and I'll do that with either a little bit of chorizo, some cheese, some tomatoes, and I'll kind of grill that on the pan with no extra fat. Or I'd have a little bit of smoked salmon with some lemon juice and scrambled eggs, and maybe just 1/4 of a wrap, just kind of pan toasted. What else could I do? Yes, obviously omelettes with the tomatoes and asparagus, or omelette with the smoked salmon, or omelette with a little bit of chorizo and a little tiny helping of cheese. And then obviously for lunch I can do some tuna with a little bit of onion and some cornichons and a little bit of a carb wrap. That's really good with just a little bit of low calorie mayonnaise. And then for the evening, I will do a combination of either some fillet steak. Now, the great thing, yes, fillet steak is going to cost you more money, but if you compare it to a ribeye for the same amount of weight, it's about a 200 calorie less. So obviously not as much fat in the fillet steak, but if you are trying to keep under 1,000 calories a day, or whatever your calorie allowance is once you've calculated it for your own specific needs, then you can choose between a ribeye, if you have that sort of amount of calories left in your bucket, if you like, or you can choose a ribeye. But like you say, this piece of ribeye would be about 300 calories, and it's incredibly satiating with just a tiny bit of onion, a little bit of asparagus. The other thing that I tend to go for is just some bean sprouts or something like that. Bean sprouts and vegetables. That's another good alternative. Or some portobello mushrooms with some little bit of garlic butter and some asparagus. You could do that. Really whatever you find fits into your caloric equation that is satiating, you're not picking. Now, let me just have a little chat about some of these protein bars, because there are a big amount, a huge range of them, and some of them are very high in calories. These are the ones that I really enjoy, because they're only 200 calories and they are 20 grams of protein. So they're not something, of course, that you recommend to eat all the time, but sometimes if you're on the go, you haven't got food preparation, etc., then, and just sometimes, because let's face it, we're human beings and we just need a little bit of a taste of chocolate or sweet or whatever. And these are only about 18 grams of protein, I think, 18 grams of carbohydrate in the whole thing. Let me look, carbohydrate, 16 grams, only 16 grams of total carbohydrates. So that's really low if you're trying to stay under, I like to stay under sort of 70 grams of carbohydrate a day. So these are really not anywhere near. And of course, you're aiming for a good 100 grams of protein a day if you're trying to max your protein amount. So these are really, really very good. They're a little expensive. You can sort of find them a little cheaper in places like B&M. But even online through Amazon, they're still quite expensive. But these are very good quality. You don't want to go up to protein bars where some of them are 400 calories. I mean, you know, come on, that's nearly a third of a day's allowance, if not more, depending on what your caloric amount is that you need to get into a caloric deficit. So hope that helps. Yeah, these are just really good all-round foods. Obviously, you can up the vegetable and, you know, the low-calorie vegetable fibre content to as much again as your caloric intake allows. I hope that helps. Bye.